For the packages to work correctly, we need to install a desktop environment. The desktop environment we'll be using here is the Gnome desktop. So you need to type in yum -y groups install open quotes Gnome desktop close quotes, and this process will then install the Gnome desktop environment. Once that has been installed, we want to start the X server. I'll show you how that's done shortly, but I'm walking you through the exact installation of the Gnome desktop in this particular video. It might take a short while, but you want to make sure that there are no errors, and by typing in the command yum -y groups install Gnome desktop, this process should work smoothly without any errors. And once that has been installed, we can then run the X server. So I'm just going to wait for this to load up, and then we can get started on the next step. Once the Gnome desktop has been successfully installed, we type in the command start X, and you will be presented with a screen like this, which shows the installation process. Once we click on next, we can go through the whole installation process and make sure X server starts. And once that has been completed, you will be presented with a screen that looks very much like this, which tells you you are ready to go. Here we have the ready to go box on the CentOS 7 machine. What we then want to do is go to applications and open a terminal window. So let's go ahead and do that. We can now go ahead and install Veil. So let's open up a terminal window, applications, and you will see an option called terminal under applications. We have terminal, and once we have that open, we will be presented with a terminal window. And from there, we want to go to the particular directory to install Veil. So we need to make sure we are logged in properly. I'm already logged in as root, so I don't need to do anything there. Let's go to the Veil directory, cd Veil evasion, and we want to run the setup file here. So /setup.sh, and we will be presented with the setup. Just before that though, I want to make sure to look at the resolve.config file. So let's have a look and make sure the name server, that seems okay. And I want to double check the IP address for the two network cards. So let's just type in IP address, and I will just use the DHCP server to get the IP addresses so the network works. Now I can run the setup.sh file, and let's do that. We have an IP address now, so everything seems to be working okay. We run the setup.sh file, and hopefully the setup goes through smoothly. If there are any errors, I'll just investigate that. Here's something that says line 175. So let me go ahead and just check that line out. The error might be, I'll just use the VIM editor to look at that line 175 and see if the error is easily identifiable. If not, we'll just continue and let's see what we can do in the setup process itself. Let me scroll down and have a look what we can do. All the packages seem to have been installed okay. Now we'll just want to configure those packages, and to configure them, what I will do is just scroll down here and make sure that if we can remove this package that talks about wine, and let me see the message that we get. We are trying to get the next step, which is the Python installation to work. So what I'll do here, it says existing Veil wine environment detected. Let me nuke this one. So I'll click yes here, and let's go through the installation process to get to where we can install Python. We'll come back to the wine environment in the next video. But for now, let's just nuke this and move on to the Python installation. Just double checking that. Yes, we'll just put yes, and then let's move on to the rest of the installation. Hopefully the installation goes smoothly at this point. And if that all works fine, we will be presented with a window to install Python. Here we have it has been finished, and now we should get the installation for the Python 2.7 release. Just wait for that to come up and then we'll install Python. There we have the 2.7.5. You'll get this window. We will click on install for all users and click on next. And we will just make sure that this installation goes through smoothly. That looks fine. I'll click next, and let's just wait for the installation of Python to finish. And once that has been completed, we can continue with the Veil installation and start using Veil to enable our exploits to be created. So we'll just wait for Python to finish, and then we can get started in the next video.